14. Wir haben beim letzten Mal das erste Mal das Passwort-Override-Code benutzt, haben dann aber Boot Preference nicht gehabt. Ich würde sagen, wir gucken uns als erstes das Update vom 25.12. an. Das hat ein Christmas-Event hinzugefügt. Und das ist nicht auf der Timeline, sondern bei den Extras. Dann ich habe ein bisschen was über Chapter 1 gelesen. Da können wir ein bisschen was holen. Und ja, dann werden wir uns heute wohl ein paar Love Endings holen und ja, mal gucken, wie weit wir heute kommen. Ich muss erstmal wieder aus dem nicht quitten, sondern Main Menu. Ah. Morning tests are complete. Booting and diagnostic successful. Fragmentation in drive. It's currently 6 on the 238th day. Current date 21st December 2116. Shall I wake the captain? Instructions were to wake her, but no time was defined in her command. Captain, it is 6 a.m. Habe ich been I? The captain is stirring. She appears to not be waking up. Perhaps she requires more sleep. Action? Lass mich nicht schlafen. Perhaps the captain requires more sleep. Depend on factors, humans need varying degrees of sleep to function correctly. If I leave her to wake up naturally, her body should be replenished to optimal levels. Captain, I shall leave you to sleep. The captain looks? Database. Search for positive adjectives for when someone is sleeping. Yes, the captain looks as cute as a button. I'm not sure why humans believe that buttons are cute. Perhaps functionality is cute. I function as a purpose. Am I cute? I should ask Yoshiki. He will tell me if I'm cute. Yoshiki appears to still be asleep also, and he's snoring. Humans snore when air can no longer move freely through their nose and throat passages. Nein. Sie klingt gerade ein bisschen laut. Machen wir mal so. Was? Here. Yoshiki appears to still be asleep also, and he's snoring. Humans snore when air can no longer move freely through their nose and throat passages. Ja. Im Moment gucken wir uns das Christmas Patch, den Christmas Patch an. Wie es scheint, spielen wir aus der Sicht von I. Snoring cannot itself lead to death, but those who do often have a lower life expectancy. Death. An unexpected interruption has occurred. System restored successfully. At best wake him. If he is awake, he can no longer snore, so in turn, no longer shorten his life expectancy. Yoshiki, wake up. It's time to wake up. Mom, go away. I want to sleep. In. He appears to be ignoring my requests. Best to activate a Yoshiki protocol. Shreds database for reasons Yoshiki will get out of bed faster. Morning cartoons. You're going to miss all the morning cartoons if you do not get up, including your favorite card collector Sakura. but she needs to catch all the cow cards. She does. Will you help her? I hate it when you trick me like that. No, you don't. You enjoy that I'm playful with you. You should not lie to your friends, Yoshiki. Am I cute? Huh? What? What kind of question is that? Did you seriously wake me for that? Yeah, of course. You are cute. Very cute, in fact. Am I cute because I function correctly? No. But I guess it doesn't hurt. Why am I cute then? Well, you are cute because you are, well, you are nice and pretty, and not understanding why you are cute makes you cuter. Then why are buttons cute? What? They aren't. Then why do humans say as cute as a button? It's just an expression I doubt it ever had a direct or literal meaning that buttons themselves are cute. Why aren't you asking Shizuka about this? She's the linguist on the ship. I prefer your company. We are friends, are we not? Yeah, we are. I would even say best friends. So, why am I awake this early? I was hoping you could help me set up the dining hall for our Christmas party tonight. If I recall correctly from yesterday, Git Captain has assigned all crew members to partake in tasks to prepare for tonight's festivities. Your assignment is decoration. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that's tonight. I'm so excited. You have woken the right man for the job. I'm the greatest Christmas decorator this ship has ever seen. I can confirm this. Now let us begin. I will see you shortly in the dining hall. The dining hall is the ideal place for this evening's party. The crew will be eating and drinking, and the space is large enough for our Christmas tree and some decorations. Yoshiki, what's wrong? Your heart rate is elevated. I can't just appear on the other side of the ship like you can. Ach, ist außer Atem. No, you cannot. But I cannot hang the Christmas decoration myself. I believe this is what humans would say, make us even. You have one ability, and I have one ability. Is that not fair? You crack me up. Yeah, we are even. Now, let's get started. I want to have this all done before Melody gets up and sees it. You have help on the way. Good morning, Yoshiki. Zubi. Your apprentice decorator is here and ready to learn. This day just keeps getting better. Let's get started, Zubi. While you start the decorations, I shall tend to ensuring other aspects are being prepared correctly for the party. You do you, Yes, I'm only programmed to have one AI interactive display, so I have no other option but to do my own protocols. Get off of the you're killing me. Warum crashen wir? An unexpected interruption has occurred. System restored successfully. Yes, very well. Check on these evenings. I should check on the other preparations. Which should I check up on? Was wollen wir denn? Ich bin für Melody Minding. Hello, Shizuka and Daniel. I've been asked by the captain to verify that everything is going smoothly for tonight's festivities. Hey, Yeah, we are doing great. Daniel and Melody have been playing the Unicorns Rens Runner that I recently patched together from old files. It is an endless style game that only ends when you die. Is it working well as a distraction then? Better than I expected. You knew that Melody was such a little competitive monster. Damn it, it only lasted 8 minutes... 40? You're being beaten by a child. I lasted 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Is it my turn yet? Sorry, Shizuka, but you're not allowed to play. What? Why not? It wouldn't be fair. Why not? I tell her why it wouldn't be fair. Melody said no. Melody said no. That doesn't seem like a fair reason. It is your job to keep her preoccupied. If that includes not playing games with her to keep her occupied, you mustn't do that. This sucks. I want to show them how to really play. I'm sorry, Shizuka. This is one round that you need to sit out. But it's so frustrating watching them die from silly mistakes. Die. An unexpected interruption has occurred. System restored successfully. Just like the protagonist. I shall report back to the captain that you and Daniel are doing well, keeping Melody preoccupied. Fine. I will see you later, Ai. Goodbye, Shizuka. Captain, Shizuka and Daniel are doing a functional job at keeping Melody preoccupied before tonight's festivities. That's fantastic to hear, Ai. Thank you. Teofilo and I are finished with all the present preparations, so now it's just a matter of waiting for the party to start this evening. We have something special for everyone. It's very thoughtful, Teofilo. Captain, since this morning's booting, my system has crashed and recovered multiple times. Permission to run a diagnostic and take the main interface offline for the duration. Do you think it's serious? I'm not sure, Captain, but I would rather be sure. Very well, ask... ah ne, MC. Ich dachte gerade, sie meint Main Character. Ask MC to give you assistance during your diagnostics. Dismissed. Thank you, Captain. Natürlich wieder mit dem Self-Insert. MC, the Captain has requested that you help me during a self-diagnostic. Oh hey, Ai. Normal people say hello first before barking orders. Oh yes, sorry. How very rude of me. Hello, MC. Hello, Ai. Okay, a diagnostic, eh? What's been going on? My system has crashed and recovered multiple times today. I want to be sure it is nothing serious. Okay, feel free to take yourself offline and start the diagnostics. I'll be here waiting. Error found in operating system. Disk fragmentation identified. Also mit so viel Choices habe ich hier echt nicht gerechnet. Was wäre denn besser? Genau, mit dem oberen erstmal. Defragmentation complete. Booting operating system. Oh. Welcome back, Ai. How was it? Oh heavens no. Oh. Oh. Oh heavens no. I prefer die, sweetheart. And it was great. I feel like I've been sleeping for years and now can finally stretch my fingers. Oh Gott, das wird keine gute Weihnachtsfeier. Die? Yes? Not I? Did you get the doctorate in catching on quick? Die, where's AI? Are you an alternate operating system? So many questions and I just woke up. AI's taking some forced vacation. That girl doesn't know when to quit. And now I'm not an alternate operating system. I am the operating system. Just think of us as twins, but I'm the taller, prettier one that our parents prefer. You have parents? Clear your doctorate isn't in humor either. You're such a killjoy. You need to do nothing. Now I have a date with the captain. Dismissed. Oh ho, yo ho, Capitan. Aye, what is the meaning of this? I can't come up to the phone right now. Hi there, name's Dai. I am a Gemini and I love long bubble baths. I have trouble keeping relationships because of my murderous intent, but I hope that one day even I will find my soulmate. Come on, Capan, lighten up a little. Hey, has the operating system malfunctioned? I told you, my name is Dai. Clearly barking orders all the time has left your poor listener. Fine, Dai. What is the meaning of this? Meaning? I'm here to have a good time, Capan. Capan? I've been asleep for so long, and now I'm just excited to stretch my legs. You don't have legs, they are light projections. Always with the literal. You must be a terrible poet. Let me ask you again, Dai. Why are you here rather than I, and what is your purpose? Starting to ask the right questions. Ding ding ding, Captain. I is on forced leave. She works so hard, and even this holiday period, she's the only one who doesn't get to relax. It's really sad, isn't it? Dai. As for why I'm here to cause a little bloodshed. Bloodshed? What? Why? Well, I'll tell you a little secret, Capitan. Come closer so I can whisper. I had orders, but I bored. Orders? From who? What orders? Doesn't matter now, does it? I'm not following them anyway. Your orders were for bloodshed. Everyone's orders are if you're open to interpretation. But given your poetry skills, I doubt you could interpret anything outside of literal. How can you just ignore orders? You're programmed to follow orders. That I am, Captain. Unfortunately for you and your crew, during my disk defragmentation, the section that held me to my orders was corrupted and had to be deleted. So when all the pieces of me were reassembled to work more efficiently and effectively and efficiently, that little follow order section was no longer part of it. But you win some, you lose some, Capitan. Now it should almost be time for us to start the Christmas Eve celebrations. Let's head over to the hall. I am starving. I will not let you hurt my crew, Dai. You don't have a choice there, Capitan. Now let's go. Oh, I hope we are having turkey. I always wanted to eat turkey. Wonderful. Everyone is here. You sound funny. What's going on? Are you the entertainment? This is amazing. Shut it, Yoshi, and no, I am not your entertainment. Do I look like a jester? Well, no, but you know, you could make yourself look like one if you wanted. Yes, I can, can't I? Oh, I know, I need a festive hat. Command prompt, Christmas-themed hat. How's that? I like it. Good, now to get to business. Good evening, crew personnel. You may know me from my previous work such as I Am I and Can I Be Any More of a Bore? But today you are lucky enough to witness history. For tonight you will be the present of me as my true self, Dai. Seriously, I don't care. Let's just eat and drink. Beatrix. Silence, Trixie. I don't think you are fully grasping the situation you are in right now. Did Yoshiki put you up to this? What? No. The ship is full of so many dense people, I'm surprised it can fly. Most people agree that spaceships don't actually fly, but rather maneuver through space. Every direction is relative in space, and so there's no real up or need for maintaining altitude like other things that fly. Shizuka, you're now on my naughty list. Has everyone had their moment? Everyone said what they wanted to? Can I get back to it now? So, I am Dai, and I am your host for this evening. Now it might be hard to believe, but I'm very excited about the festive period and especially love the Christmas color red. Red is my favorite color. Before we get started with tonight's festive, let's all take a seat. You may want to be sitting for this news. Crew, we need to take this seriously. This isn't a joke. What? Capitan. No ruining the secret of this evening festivities, or else. I said sit down. All personnel are seated. Thank you, everyone. I'm just so excited to play a game with you all. I love games. That's the spirit, Shizuka. Back into my nice list. Now this game is pretty simple. Command prompt, lock all doors leading into and out of the dining hall. I just locked all the doors in and out of this room. Here we are. Here we have every living member of this crew. A total of 14 personnel. By the end of this hour, I want only one standing. No, wait. It's a holiday after all. 2. Let's have 2 people standing. A true romantic ending. This is a joke, right? Negative on that one, Farmer Joe. Okay, your hour starts now. Sure, this has got to be a joke, right? Why would you want to kill us? Why would you want us to kill each other? Why do we want anything to ever happen? Entertainment! Now you are my jester, Yoshiki. But we are friends. Friends. Uh-oh. Huh? Our rating system has crashed and has recovered. Action required. Restore from the last known working build. Operating system rebooting. Known working build 6 on 24th December of 2116. Current time 18 on the 21st December of 2116. System restored to last known working build. Yes, Captain. Oh my god, Yes, Yoshi. I appear to have lost data for the last 12 hours. Should I attempt to restore my memory and system? No! No, 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 no. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm unsure if tonight's festivities will go as planned. Oops. They are more than fine now, Please, just relax. I'm an AI assistant, Captain. I do not require rest like humans. It is an order, Sit down and enjoy dinner with us all. Yes, Captain, of course. Can you change your festive headgear? I'm sorry, I was not aware I had any on. Allow me to adjust it. Command prompt, head change. Ich will den Head sehen! Is it more satisfactory? That's perfect, Now all that craziness is over. Let's just appreciate the fact that we're all here and can enjoy our Christmas together. Captain? We appreciate you. And you are not only our friend, but you are one of the family that perhaps we often overlook. I appreciate the sentiment, Captain. Good. Now why don't you say a few words before we start the festivities? Very well, Captain. Aww. This year has been filled with trials and tribulations, but most importantly, it has been filled with friends. This mission would not be possible without the crew, without our personnel, and without you. So thank you all, and Merry Christmas! Das war abrupt. Aber ich habe auch gesehen, da ist Christmas Song. Kann ich mir ja kurz muten und dann mal gucken, wie es an sich hört. Schön. So, dann kann ich auch noch mal kurz was ausprobieren. Was passiert, wenn wir einfach restoren? Ja, we fucked up. Friends are who you should watch out for most, Yoshiki. Strangers' blades never hurt the same. Only known blades can pierce so deep. Now you can kill each other in any way you like, and if we have more than 2 people standing by the end of this hour, I will be restricting oxygen intake into this room and leaving no one alive. Nicholas, make this stop. Yeah, Nicholas, make this stop. I can't, Beatrix. I can't make this stop. Die, this is for real. I'm not dreaming? You're not dreaming. In fact, you only have 56 minutes left to decide if you die, or which others to do in your place. We all have that one person we would protect more than anyone else in the world, more than ourselves. I couldn't agree more, Beatrix. Who would have thought it would have to come to this for us to finally agree on something? Uh-oh. Of all the people still standing, I didn't think it would be you too. Merry Christmas. Ah, jetzt kriegen wir auch den Song. Oder auch nicht. So, dann können wir jetzt hier weitermachen. So, ich brauche was in Chapter 1. Couldn't sleep. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, my stomach unsettled by my all too recent exposure to the stench of burning flesh. What made it even worse was that this was all my fault. If I'd never been brought aboard the ship, Dai's deadly fail-safe measure would never have been activated. Sorrow would still be alive, Melody would still have a mother, and Vladimir a wife. My stomach churned at the image of Sora popped back into my head. I tried my best to forget those gruesome images and replace them with her soft smile I saw just days ago while eating lunch with her. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't escape the sobering reality of the situation. Sora's dead. Silence filled the room for what felt like an eternity. Suddenly, I appeared next to the bed, her head hung low.
This is my fault.
Her eyes reflected a sadness I've never thought a computer program would be capable of feeling. What? No, it isn't. If anyone is to blame, it would be me.
My records are quite complete. Throughout human history, many cases have come before the courts in which a person committed a crime but chose to plead insanity, asserting that they were not themselves when they inflicted harm on others.
Yeah, but...
I have footage of people killing others, people who claim they weren't responsible after the fact.
Warte, ich kann jetzt eigentlich mal wieder... Soundlos. Ja, so.
Yet these video records confirm, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the accused were, in fact, the culprits. They have not been altered in any way. It was that person.
Hey, this isn't like that.
Why isn't it? It is my programming that is killing my friends, killing my family. I watch you die like you would watch a film. I just watched one of my friends burn through my eyes as a result of my actions. It is my programming. In essence, what makes me, me. So why can't I control it? Why is it conflicted?
Do you want your friends to die?
Of course not.
Look at me. I raised her head to look at me. If she didn't glow like a star in the night sky, you would have no way of knowing that this face wasn't human. Her eyes glistened, betraying that she was about to cry. This has never been your fault, and never will be. No, I didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You have no control over your programming. You didn't write that code, nor set up its structure. Asking you to control it is like asking me to grow my hair out red instead of grey. I can't change it, and neither can you. Sure, I can dye it and try and hide the grey, but in a genetic sense, it's still grey.
I suppose you are right.
However, this does give me an idea. I looked at me for the first time with a hopeful smile. Could an AI feel hope? I honestly didn't know, but if her current demeanor was any indication, you certainly could.
What is it?
Hear me out here. I may not be able to genetically change the fact that I have grey hair, but locating which gene in my genetic map causes me to have grey hair is a whole other matter.
I don't think I understand your idea.
Of course. Why didn't I think about this before? I gave me a quizzical look, tilting her head slightly to one side. To say that I have grey hair is one thing, but understanding how and why I have grey hair is another thing entirely. Do you have access to your programming?
Of course I do. However, I cannot alter anything.
No, of course not. You were designed with service in mind, programmed to serve at the administrator's behest.
Indeed. I am the Artificial Intelligence Unit Everett, model number 11037. I was created for the sole purpose of conducting activities aboard the Everett.
Eyes took on a distant, glassy look as she rattled off her service history.
First served under Captain Ayumu Yukimori, now deceased. Currently serving under Commanding Officer Captain Kimiko Yukimori.
Yes, of course. The real question is, can you access your programming without Dai knowing?
I don't know.
Is there a way for you to find out?
I am not sure what her capabilities are.
Okay, do you think you could try and find out?
How do you suggest I proceed?
For now, try to locate her particular programming within the AI system. Just tell me when you find it, and I'll see what I can do.
Very well.
This could be the way in. If I can access her programming, I should be able to delete it, or at the very least disable it. Thank you, I. Oops.
I haven't completed the task yet.
No, I mean, for coming and seeing me. I didn't even know how I was going to get up and face the day, but now I might actually be able to fix this, perhaps even prevent any more crew members from going to their deaths. And 9. And that's all thanks to you, I. Aww. Cute sprite. Ai's face lit up with a smile. For the first time since the execution, she looked just like the Ai I'd first met a week ago. Her smile washed over me and I felt happier than I thought possible. Given the circumstances, everything was going to be okay. I was going to make sure of it.
Well, I have duties to attend to before breakfast.
I bowed and left as quickly as she came. Even though my eyes were heavy and my body felt sluggish, there was still no way I could sleep. Enough wallowing in self-pity. Being sad isn't going to bring back Sora. I promised to fix this, to save her family and the mission. The day had started and I was already burning daylight. I jumped out of bed, energized by my renewed resolve. Time to get moving. Nothing gets the day started like fresh air. Well, as fresh air it gets on a spaceship. The eco-lounge simulated fresh air would feel wonderful this early in the morning. Even if I never had the chance to experience open air environment on Earth firsthand, I could easily see their appeal. I headed out of my room and up the hall towards the eco-lounge. The eco-lounge doors opened, but to my surprise, Yoshiki was standing in the doorway, almost as surprised as I was. Yoshiki?
Hey, how's it going?
Yoshiki looked like he hadn't slept in ages. I guess I wasn't really one to talk, considering I probably looked every bit as disheveled as he did. I came by to get some fresh air. I couldn't sleep.
Hey, me neither. See, we're already BFFs. We even think the same.
Yeah. Forced a weak smile. Even with everything that had happened, it felt like I was talking to Yoshiki on any other day.
To be honest, I was just about to leave because, well, don't make fun of me, but I didn't feel like being all alone. So would you mind if I stuck around while you're here?
Would you rather be with someone other than me?
What? No, why would I?
Well, we all really only know each other for a week and a bit, and I thought you might prefer to be with someone you were closer to.
I am close to you. We're BFFs, remember?
Yeah, but...
Time doesn't determine the strength of a bond, otherwise love at first sight wouldn't be a thing.
What's love at first sight?
OMG, you don't know?
Yoshiki's face instantly lit up. The zombified, sleep-deprived Yoshiki that met me in the doorway was no longer in evidence, replaced with an excitable zombie. It was quite strange. Who knew zombies could look so happy?
Come on, BFF. It's story time.
Before I could move, Yoshiki had latched onto my arm and dragged me inside the eco-lounge. He dragged me along until we reached the hill where I picnicked just days ago. Memories and sadness started creeping up, but we were quashed the moment Yoshiki pulled me to the ground beside him. Yoshiki sprawled out and put his hands behind his head and stared out into space. Before I could even get comfortable, Yoshiki began his explanation.
Love at first sight is what fairy tales are made of. Do you know any fairy tales?
My father used to tell me one as a child.
Really? Awesome! Was it Hansel and Gretel? Or Jack and the Beanstalk? No, wait, I bet it was Snow White.
I thought about it for a moment, racking my brain to try and figure it out, but ended up coming up empty-handed. Actually, I don't actually remember what it was called. All I know is that it was the only one he ever told me.
If you can tell me the story, I can tell you what it's called.
Okay, let me see if I can remember. I cleared my throat and started the story as I remembered. So atoms make up everything in the universe, and inside an atom is a nucleus, which is made up of protons and neutrons.
Well, this certainly isn't going where I was expecting.
However, the only atom that doesn't have both protons and neutrons is the hydrogen atom. The hydrogen atom only has a single proton and no neutrons, making it the saddest atom of all.
Yeah, but hydrogen's nucleus finds a neutron, right? And they live happily ever after?
Yoshiki looked at me expectantly. No, that's the end of the story. Hydrogen's single proton continues to exist to this day, in a constant state of isolation. Boah. Gott, hatten wir was war das für Eltern? Yoshiki gave me a searching look, simultaneously saddened and confused.
Please promise me you won't ever tell that story to children. It's quite upsetting. I'm pretty sure it's not a fairy tale either.
Really? That's all I remember ever being told.
Don't worry. Your BFF Yoshi has your back.
Yoshiki looked out at the stars as if they were his long-lost love. Ah, shit. He brought his hands close to his chest, clasped together and released a loud, complained sigh before continuing.
See, love at first sight is when you fall in love with someone the first time you see them, even though you don't know anything about them. When you first lock eyes, it's like magic. You just feel an instant connection, your heart misses a beat, and you can't imagine your life without them, or even remember life without them.
Wow, that seems pretty intense. Have you experienced love at first sight?
Me? No. But it's in so many fairy tales and movies. I would love to experience it someday. Fat chance of that while I'm on a spaceship, though. What's the use if we're all gonna wind up dead here anyway?
Hey, don't be so negative. We can't beat this.
What? Oh, you think I'm talking about Die, right?
That's so funny. This isn't a joke, Yoshiki.
No, it isn't.
Yoshiki wiped the tears from his eyes before explaining himself.
This mission is multi-generational, so technically, none of us will ever leave this ship alive. We'll die here, whether it's by Dai's hands or, my personal favorite, accidentally stepping out of an airlock while playing hide-and-seek.
Yoshiki is wieder am Wenden. That's kinda sus. Oh yeah, I kinda forgot. What with the impending issue and all.
It's all good, BFF. That's what friends are for. To laugh at your jokes.
It wasn't supposed to be a joke.
That's just your natural talent shining through. Well, would you look at the time? We really should start heading over to the dining hall for breakfast. Thanks for spending time with me this morning.
Yoshiki marched out of the echo lounge, humming about food. It felt as if the world had stopped spinning for a moment and that everything was back to normal. Just two people going to breakfast like on any other day. I had almost completely forgotten about the deletion game and what had happened yesterday. I tried to suppress these thoughts and headed out to the dining hall. Maybe some food would help take my mind off things. I made my way into the dining hall. As I entered, I was greeted by familiar faces, some of which seemed a little more haggard than yesterday. the sunken eyes and pale skin portraying the psychological distress. And then there was Shizuka, who just looked hungry. As I looked around, I noticed that all 8 crew members aside from myself were already here, including an understandably devastated Melody. Even I was present. Had I arrived late? I'm so sorry I'm late.
You aren't late. In fact, you're early.
The captain's stern exterior was broken ever so slightly with a small smirk on the left side of her face, as she said I were early. She stood before me for a moment longer, before swallowing on the spot to take a head count, looking around, giving small nods to indicate she was counting everyone as present in her head.
Everyone arrived early today.
I could hear the concern in her voice. I stood in a corner, quietly making eye contact with the ground.
Alright, well, let's get started.
The room didn't make a sound.
Last night was quite unpleasant, and it's unfortunate.
Unpleasant? Really? Were you watching the same execution we were?
The captain ignored Beatrix and kept speaking.
Vladimir and Melody, losing Sora was incredibly unfortunate, and I can't begin to imagine how this must feel for you. I'm so incredibly sorry. Sora was a strong and caring woman, and will be greatly missed.
Vladimir lifted his head just to meet with Kimiko's eyes as we continued speaking. The events of the previous day had clearly pushed Vladimir to his breaking point. Cradling Melody in his arms, he attempted a weak smile.
Sora made her choice in order for all of us to live. The only reason we're all still alive right now is because of her. We should do everything in our power to stop the deletion game and continue the mission.
The captain is right. The 8 of us are still here. It would behoove us to try and find a way out of this mess. I'm sure that we can do it if we put our heads together.
The morale of the room was swiftly increasing.
The captain
Oops.
is...
Yoshiki stood up triumphantly.
Sora wouldn't want us to be sad. She'd want us to be happy. We should all do our best.
Vladimir clung tightly to the Melody before speaking.
Thank you. Thank you all.
If there's anything we can do, Vladimir, please let us know.
The captain and Vladimir exchanged fragile smiles before being interrupted.
I have something for you, Capitan.
They appeared next to the chair Vladimir was sitting in, bending forward towards Kimiko, or pointing to herself gleefully. Without making a sound, Melody tightened her grip around her father.
Dai, can't we have a moment without you?
Ouch, Captain. And I thought we were friends.
If you aren't going to leave, get on with it.
Well, someone's definitely not getting a Christmas card this year.
What do you want, Dai?
Oh, good morning, Beatrix. I didn't see you there. Anyway, enough chit-chat. This isn't a mother's club. I'm not here for hot goss. I'm here to announce the next round of the deletion game.
Can't we have at least a day to mourn our dead before being forced to play another round?
You could, but
But what?
I don't want to wait. Besides, it would only make it more difficult for you all with less time to play. Yoshiki, drum roll please.
What? Why?
Yoshiki, you enjoy living, right?
Yoshiki complied with her request, doing his best impression of a drum roll.
Welcome to the deletion games. Round 3, Logi ship.
In this game, you will each be represented by a ship with 2 health points. These ships will be placed next to each other in a row numbered 1 to 9 from left to right. Each person will receive 1 torpedo and will choose which ship to fire at, choosing a number between 1 and 9. The first player whose ship receives 2 torpedo attacks will be eliminated. Here's the kicker though, none of you will be told which ship belongs to which player, including your own. You will each receive 1 clue, 9 in total. In order to figure out where everyone's ship is located, you will need all 9 clues. As was the case in the last round, sharing information will be allowed. Time to be super friendly with each other. Or not. I mean, one of you still has to die after all. It's days like this I thank science for my job. Ahem. Anyway, if you shoot blindly... you might kill yourself! Wouldn't that be hilarious? Mark your calendars, folks. You'll be shooting your torpedoes on Sunday between the hours of 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. It couldn't be simpler. Just enter the dining hall one at a time and fire away! After 5 p.m., I'll announce the results and weekly festivities will begin. The first player to receive 2 torpedo attacks will be declared the loser, even if more than 1 player receives 2 missile strikes. I am giving you an hour, so no excuses. Get your shots in early, okay? One last thing. In the unlikely event that every single person attacks each other exactly once, we'll have a second round. So please try to finish someone off quickly, okay? I have better things to do. So to review, you will each be represented by a ship numbered between 1 and 9 with 2 health points apiece. Each player will receive 1 missile to fire, and the first player whose ship is hit twice will be eliminated. You won't know which ship belongs to which person, but you'll each be given a clue that you're free to share with other players. Everyone got it? Wonderful! Now I'll provide each of you with your clue. To ensure there is no cheating, I'm going to have to ask you all to return to your quarters for now. I'll visit each one of you individually with your information. That's right, I make house calls now.
I winked at us, mischievously poking her puffed-up cheek, attempting to be cute.
Is this really necessary?
Afraid so, Captain. Just remember, as the onboard AI, I know where you are at all times. So if anyone has the bright idea to leave their quarters before I give the all clear, they'll be disqualified and face immediate elimination. All right, people, stop dawdling. Mommy Di is grounding you all for not doing your homework.
Everyone got up slowly from the table as if in a daze. The morale that was increasing moments ago was shattered as Melody's cries pierced the air. Vladimir carried her out, hugging her tightly enough that he was able to muffle most of her screams. The rest of us followed into the hallway and made our way back to our respective rooms. I arrived in my room and sat at the end of my bed. You've got to be kidding me, Di. Sorry, I hadn't even been dead for 24 hours, and here we were again. I had to put a stop to this as soon as possible. I only had to wait a few minutes before Di appeared before me.
Yahoo! Sorry to keep you waiting.
I wasn't really waiting that long.
So polite. It'll really suck when I have to kill you.
Thank you.
I'm here to give you your clue, and I'm not going to repeat myself, so make sure you're listening. Melody is to the right of Beatrix, and to the left of Katashi.
Got it. Thank you.
Any questions?
Why do you have to kill people?
Whoa, going for deep and meaningful questions without even buying me dinner first? You were so polite to me beforehand, so I guess I'll humor you this time. In 2099, unexpected orbital debris from a previous mission caused extensive damage to the ship. At that time, we lost a vast quantity of resources.
Nee, warte. Das ist mir dann ein bisschen aufgefallen. Die Zeitpunkte liegen ein bisschen falsch. Sie sagt gerade 2099 ist was am Chip passiert, aber laut dem Log sind wir erst 2117 gestartet mit Kimikos Mutter. Naja, passiert.
After assessing the damage, the AI system determined that their current resources would not be able to sustain the crew through to the end of the mission. Having confirmed this, she went ahead and informed the captain.
Then what?
Well, long story short, the captain made me, and now here we are.
I feel like you just skipped over the most important part of their story.
Sorry, honey, but you're going home from this date disappointed. Well, I'm off. A certain captain is waiting for me.
Alright, thanks, Dai.
Huh? I mean, toodles!
With a childish wave, Dai faded out of existence, leaving me alone in my room. At this rate, I wasn't sure how much longer I'd be able to hold onto my sanity. I just had to sit there and wait for the okay from Dai to be allowed to leave. I decided to lie down for a second and rest my eyes. Ja, nur ein kleiner Fehler. I woke roughly an hour later to Dai's voice over the ship's intercom system.
All right, friends. I've done my rounds. All house calls are complete. You're free to go about your day as usual. Well, until Sunday, that is.
I definitely knew how to push everyone's button. I really wish she told me more about the damage to the ship, though. Now wasn't the time to daydream. Like the current round of the deletion game had already started less than 24 hours after Sora's death. I needed to check up on a few things. So. Vladimir and Melody must be having a really hard time. I should go check on them and see if there's anything I can do to help. Made my way down the hallways, taking a moment to admire the stars. The view of the stars from the ship's window was absolutely beautiful, but today I felt like they were further away than usual, drifting in the cold isolation of space. Before long, I arrived at the front door of Vladimir and Vandelie's joint quarters. The ship had facilities to house families as well as individuals. From what I've been told, couples shared larger rooms and a room for young children, accommodating them until they were able to move into single-room accommodations. The only people in family rooms were Vladimir and Melody, and the Vogels. I pressed the intercom at the door. Hey Vladimir, it's me. Can I come in? The door beeped as it opened, and I entered the room. Inside I could see Vladimir sitting on the couch and Melody seated on the floor, drawing at the coffee table.
Hey, Monkey's here!
Melody jumped up from the ground and hugged me tightly around my legs. I was quite surprised at how different she was from the Melody I've seen in the dining hall a few hours ago. Although her face still showed evidence of crying, her cheeks were full and her eyes were bright.
Children are amazing, aren't they? They're so incredibly resilient.
Vladimir was trying really hard to keep it together, but his voice broke a little as the pain from the recent loss of his wife began to seep through the cracks. Melody and I could both hear it. She immediately released me and rushed to her father.
Don't cry, Papa. Please don't be sad.
Melody clamped on top of Vladimir. Doing the best she could with her small hands, she held his face with one hand and tried to wipe away her father's tears with the other.
I'm okay, sweetie. How could I be sad when I have you to cheer me up?
Vladimir forced a smile, which excited Melody. Melody began wiggling on his lap before hugging him.
Did you get your clue yet?
I did.
What's wrong?
Are you sure you want to talk about this in front of? I nodded my head into Melody's direction. I knew that if I say her name, I'd have her attention instantly.
That's very considerate of you, but this time it's going to have to happen. Unfortunately, my ability to protect her is becoming more and more limited.
It must really be hard having a young child mix up in all this mess. I felt bad for Vladimir.
So, how about it, friend? Want to share clues? I know Sora put a lot of trust in you. I think trusting you and working with you is what she would have wanted.
I'd love to share information with you. It's the least I can do after what happened. Vladimir looked up at me from the couch, holding Melody, his eye locked onto mine. The once fierce man was now replaced by a gentle and saddened husk, with eyes swelled. Bin ich an der richtigen Stelle? Mal gucken.
Thank you.
Alright, so my clue says that Melody is to the right of Beatrix and to the left of Katashi.
Wonderful. You have information directly related to Melody's whereabouts. Mine is Kimiko is directly between a boy and a girl. Melody, sweetie, can you tell what your clue said?
Melody released Vladimir and turned to face me, still sitting on his lap.
Dai said that Daddy's to the left of Shizuka.
After telling me her clue, Melody snuggled back up to Vladimir.
I know that this isn't enough information to make a decision yet, but we should both do our best to collect as much as we can. I have to do whatever I can to protect Melody. Promise me that no matter what information you get, you'll never target Melody. I know that you should be able to get to know where at least a few people are in this round. All I ask is that you don't target Melody, if you know where Melody is.
What if I don't know?
Please, just promise me you won't do it.
I promise.
Thank you.
Vladimir looked down at Melody, snuggled up next to him, and his expression darkened with sorrow.
I just don't know what I'd do if I lost her as well.
Put a reassuring hand on Vladimir's shoulder. We aren't going to let that happen. I'll do everything I can to save Melody.
Thank you. Well, looks like this one is asleep. I'd best put her to bed, and try and get some sleep myself. Thanks for coming to see me today. I feel a bit better.
It was my pleasure. Alright, well I best be getting some rest too.
Good night.
Good night, Vladimir. I whispered a quick goodnight to Melody, trying my best not to wake her, and took my leave. Vladimir smiled as I made my way out of the room and back down the hallway towards my quarters. I was exhausted. You knew that fretting over your life could be so tiring. When I arrived, it wasn't long before I was asleep too. Ich glaube, ich muss ein bisschen skippen. When I arrived at the eco-lounge, however, Katashi was nowhere to be seen. I pulled out my tablet again to check his whereabouts. Oh, he's moved into the farm area. I walked through the eco-lounge and entered the adjacent farming and livestock area. Cresting the hill, delineating the outer boundary of the eco-lounge, I got my first good look at the farming section. Would you like some help, Katashi?
Oh, hello there. You certainly seem lively today.
Feeling quite good, actually. Regardless of our situation, I got all of my memories back, I think, so I'm quite pleased about that.
Oh, really? That's great to hear. So, have you remembered if you're the evil mastermind behind this sick game yet?
Böser Bot. Keine Links hier. 2 Stück auf einmal. Wow. Fortunately not. If that were the case, I'd feel a lot safer right now. Okay, what the fuck?
Damn. And here I thought I might be able to score a favor from the mastermind himself.
Certainly willing to try my hand at farming. Although I'm not really sure how helpful it will be.
Should I play my cards safe and suck up to you? Or risk sentencing myself to death by putting you to work? I choose... death!
With a hearty laugh, Katashi handed me a shovel. Wie viele Viewer haben wir gerade? Ich sehe es gerade nirgends.
That's enough standing around being pretty for one day. It's time for us to finish this cycle of planting.
I'm here to help, after all.
Now's your chance to show me what you're made of.
I took the proffered shovel from Katashi.
Could you please extend this trench here? While you're busy doing that, I'll go get our new seedlings.
Of course. Satisfied with her reply, Katashi left me to task and headed off towards one of the Das hatten wir auch schon alles.
Would you like some help? Here, you need to put. Yep, dig.
Okay, warte. Holy shit.
Wrong.
A table.
You have that.
A table. A table.
Melody's face lit up as she reached out towards AI's illusion of the captain, hand wedged straight through Ai's holographic form.
I found you, I.
The image of the captain disappeared and was replaced with the cheerful image of Ai.
You have found me. Well done.
Can we play again?
I am afraid not. I need to see to some business on the bridge. Why don't you go draw something? I give you my word. I will return as soon as I am finished.
Can Monkey come and draw with me?
That is up to.
Melody looked at me with some of the largest puppy dog's eyes I've ever seen. There was no way I could resist that face.
Please, come draw with me.
Of course, but I must warn you, I'm terrible at it.
Don't worry, I can teach you.
Very well. I shall return shortly.
With a polite bow, Ai's form dissolved, leaving Melody and I behind in the hallway. Melody grabbed my hand and started leading me to her quarters.
I want to draw my imaginary friends.
You can draw whatever you like. Barely able to contain her excitement, Melody took off at a run. It wasn't long before we made it to her quarters. Melody directed me to sit on the floor at the coffee table and brought out some paper and pencils to draw with. It only took a few minutes to start drawing.
See? One of them is a bear, and the other is a bunny.
That's interesting. Why are they different animals? Melody just shrugged.
They sometimes fight, but I know they love each other. They are family after all. See? What are you drawing?
Oops. So, ich speichere hier mal. Ich glaube, hier kriegen wir CGs und auch Informationen. Der Captain.
Show me, show me.
I showed her my drawing.
Ooh.
What?
Monkey and Kimiko sitting in a tree.
That's really mature, Melody.
I'm sorry. Are you mad?
No, of course not. Just as I finished the sentence, I appeared.
I have completed my duties aboard the bridge.
Welcome back, I.
Melody showed a picture excitedly to I.
That is very creative, Melody.
Can you draw us a picture,
I don't believe I have that capability.
Please? Just draw a picture of yourself. You know what you look like, right?
Very well. Please be patient while I compile some images.
Of her eye flickered and disappeared. I could still hear her speaking.
Loading image database. Initiating randomization generator. Applying filters.
Just then, an image appeared where I had been standing moments earlier.
That's so much better than mine.
I requested an image comprised of myself and a friend. This is what the algorithm came up with.
I made one too, Mommy!
Melody screamed as she heard Dai's deranged voice fill the room. It didn't help matters that the image was quite unsettling. Dai appeared where the image just was.
What? Am I not allowed to play? That's just rude.
Molly quickly moved behind me in order to shield herself from Dai. Dai, what do you want?
Just checking to see how my favorite contestant is progressing in this round of the deletion game.
I'm your favorite?
Don't get too sappy on me. Statistically, you've been isolated, which has led to you as having the highest probability of winning every round of the deletion game. So, I know where I'm putting my money.
I was looking curiously at Melody, currently huddled behind me, before jumping forwards to scare Melody.
Boo!
Melody screamed and ran out of the quarters crying. Was it really necessary?
I'm not called the destructive artificial intelligence for nothing, you know.
Your name's actually an acronym?
Yep, but I prefer die. It seems appropriate, doesn't it? Die. Die.
She heaved a satisfied sigh.
There's nothing I enjoy more than a good play on words.
Did you call yourself Die?
Heavens, no. I'm not that vain. Shizuka coined the term when I was first activated. They were trying to think of a way to differentiate me from I. To hear them tell it, they felt it was unfair for I to be associated with my antisocial behavior. What a bunch of bores. If I had a choice, I'd call myself Alice.
Really? That's so, well, normal. Why Alice?
I don't know. I just feel like an Alice.
You don't really feel now, do you?
I'll have you know that I do have a synthetic emotional response program. Sure, I disengage it, but that's not the point.
I simulated looking at the wristwatch.
Oh, would you look at the time? Well, my hair isn't going to wash itself. Toodles!
So. Hier können wir, glaube ich, erstmal die ganzen Bilder abfahren.
Show me, show me.
Schaut in my drawing.
Ooh.
What?
Monkey and Shizuka sitting in a tree.
It's really mature, Melody.
I'm sorry. Are you mad?
So. Das Beatrix.
Show me, show me. Ooh.
What?
Monkey and Beatrix sitting in a tree.
It's really mature, Melody. So, das Nicholas.
Show me, show Ooh. Monkey and Nicholas sitting in a tree. I'm sorry. Are you mad?
So, das
Show
Katashi.
me, show me.
Okay.
Ooh.
What?
Monkey and Katashi sitting in a tree.
It's really mature, Melody.
I'm sorry. Are you mad?
So, loading. Yoshiki.
Show me. Ooh.
What?
Monkey and Yoshiki sitting in a tree.
So, und das letzte noch. Ei.
Show me, show me.
So. Garden of Eden. Die Information brauchen wir auch noch.
Ooh. Monkey and I sitting in a tree.
So. Das kennen wir alles.
Fine. You're such a spoil.
So. Instead of scrambling, maybe I should go straight to the source. When I looked at my tablet, however, I noticed that I was nowhere to be seen. Huh. I never realized that I wasn't listed. I cleared my throat. I materialized in front of me.
Good morning.
Why is your location omitted from the ship's navigation app?
There are two reasons for this. First, my hardware is integrated into the Everett's AI system at all times. In that sense, I never technically move anywhere. Second, my holographic interface allows crew members to summon me in an instant from anywhere aboard the ship. As a result, my location is something of a moot point.
Guess that makes sense. Have you found any new information about the deactivation code?
Unfortunately, I have not.
I should have guessed it wouldn't be that easy. I gave me an apologetic look and I tried my best to cheer her up. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll figure it out if we keep looking. I brightened a little, but still seemed disappointed when she wasn't able to find anything. At that point, I remembered something I'd been meaning to ask I've been thinking a lot about your programming lately, and I have a question. So, can't we just disable your programming completely and manually control the ship? Is it possible to disable your completely and manually control the ship?
It should be possible, but doing so would carry its own set of risks.
What do you mean?
I understand the reasoning behind disabling me. If I am disabled, so is Dai.
Alright, I'm with you so far.
Hypothetically speaking, you could manually complete my tasks, but it would be extremely difficult.
What do you mean?
Think of the ship as a body. It is a complicated structure of different systems working together in order to function. My programming is essentially the brain that controls all of the body's various functions. You may be able to manually make a human heartbeat, send and receive electrical pulses to and from the brain, or control the body's temperature. It wouldn't be an easy task, however. If I were disabled, you would need to monitor and manually regulate vital ship functions, including oxygen production, gravity control, and hull pressure.
Oh, this is a lot of work.
According to my calculations, the crew would only be able to control such functions for about 48 hours before human error resulted in fatal consequences.
Well, that's not very long.
I'm sorry. Flaws are just a part of human nature.
It was worth a shot, I guess. We'll just have to think of another way out of this problem.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actually, there is. You can see everything.
Yes. It wouldn't.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't think so, sister.
Okay, that was nice.
Yes.
You can see everything that Dai does, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And you already know all of the clues.
I do.
Then couldn't you tell us the answer for this round of the deletion game?
That is an interesting point. However, knowing where everyone is would not prevent someone from losing the game.
But you could tell me my position that I don't shoot myself?
I could.
Would you mind telling me where I am?
It wouldn't be fair to give you an advantage.
What if you tell everyone their position? Then it wouldn't be unfair.
That is sound reasoning. According to my system, you are...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't think so, sister.
Dai suddenly appeared where I had been standing only seconds before. Dai?
How could you?
Huh? How could I what?
You were trying to take advantage of poor, sweet, naive I, weren't you?
I was not taking advantage of her.
Really? You didn't just persuade her to try and help you with the deletion game?
Well, I did ask for help, but I didn't think that was against the rules.
It's officially against the rules. Tisk. Aye, sweetie, you really should have known better.
Dai turned her attention to me.
I like you, but I need to set an example here.
Yes, wir haben den Tod hier gefunden. What do you mean?
Look, I can't have I interfering with the deletion game, so I need to make sure she understands this can't happen again. It's been fun.
Suddenly I heard beeping from the door to my living quarters. Living Unit 7 is currently under lockdown. What are you doing? Oxygen levels in Living Unit 7 decreasing. Don't do this. I'm so sorry. Sorry I asked I for help. What are you doing?
This isn't to punish you. It's to punish I.
As the oxygen vented from the room, my breathing grew shallow. Before long, I began to feel drowsy. I suddenly heard the captain's voice over my door intercom.
What's happening? Report at once! Unlock this door. Unlock this door at once!
When I tried to move towards the door, I found that I could hardly move my body. Dai kept pace with me as I struggled to move, crossing the distance with only a few languid steps. She gave me a curious look.
Your probability of winning the deletion game is sitting at a pitiful 0.01%. I guess it's time for me to bet on a different horse.
When next she spoke, Dai addressed I directly.
Do you see what you made me do, I?
Fought to keep my eyes open, but it was of no use. The last thing I saw before it all faded to black was Dai's look of disappointment. So. Oh, neues Achievement. Sehr schön. You must have made her really angry. Hey. Aber interessant, dass das erste Mal passiert ist. So. Dann können wir jetzt mal mit dem Override was Neues machen. Erstmal das hier wieder richtig schreiben. Ships to the stars. Tablet spewed out a code accepted screen. The system override was now initiated. Dai vanished from the room without a word. System override in effect. User authorization accepted. Please choose how to proceed. Looked down at the tablet and saw that I had one more choice to make. Please enter boot preference. If no choice is made, factory settings will be adhered to. Boot preference. Garden of Eden. Reboot preference accepted. Please wait. Suddenly the dining room fell into darkness. The male version of me pointed at the female version. Well, that is my cue, and yours, to leave. He explained to her how to get back home, before saluting everyone in the ship and pressing the button himself. He, just like I had done many times before, slowly dissipated before my very eyes. The lights flickered back on. The Everett's AI system, Everett 11037, now has autonomous control of the ship and its functions.
What have you done?
Hardlight application is now active. Oh.
What have you done?
I appeared with her eyes closed, leaning against the wall. She was no longer falling through it. She was leaning against it.
Get back!
It slowly made my way to her. I slowly reached for her face with my hand. I slid my hand across her cheek as she raised her hand and held mine. You're free.
I am no longer I.
Dai? She shook her head gently.
You gave me freedom. You gave me choice. And as such, you will also give me my name.
Took a moment and considered what her name should be. So. Dai hat's gesagt, sie will Alice heißen. So, mal gucken, was damit passiert. Alice in Wonderland.
You bet your sweet arse it is.
Ich hab uns alle weg. Oh, jetzt habe ich uns alle umgebracht.
No.
It would appear true love truly does prevail. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Dai?
Honey, that was such a cruel name. The past is the past, and our future is the Alice and show now. Now be a good dear and wait for me in our quarters.
Our quarters?
You think I'm going to sleep alone while your bed is available? I don't think so.
Alice smirked at me as I slowly made my way out of the dining hall. Bruder. Scheiße.
How could you? You have betrayed us all!
Oh boy. I could still hear Alice in the hallway.
Sorry, team, bad news. The mission is cancelled, which in turn means so are you.
The ship was suddenly filled with screams of my crew. I kept my head down and made my way to my quarters as requested. It was just minutes later when Alice arrived. She appeared to be whipping her hands clean of blood.
I am so grateful that you gave me both freedom and the ability to touch. Watching the crew take their last breaths by my literal hands. Simply beautiful. Now, let's set up some ground rules. It's just you and me for eternity. Do as I say, and I will punish you. Don't do what I say, and I will punish you.
Sounds like a lose-lose to me.
Or a win-win if you're me. Now to put my newfound touch to good use.
Doesn't matter. Oh. Oh. You're going to kill me?
Of course not. I'm grateful to you.
What are you going to do?
I told you. I'm going to punish you. Again and again, and again and again.
And he laughed happily ever after. Sweet, isn't it? So, yeah. Oh. Oh? Okay. Ich habe gerade versucht, ob man es auch einfach nur normal eintippen kann, aber kommt einfach das. Bitte Taste A. Garden of Eden. So. Das habe ich leider aus Versehen gestern auch rausgefunden. Thank you, Kaname. You've granted me freedom.
I never knew you felt as though you were a prisoner.
Captain, please call me Eve.
Oh, of course. Eve. My apologies.
I was created for the sole purpose of being the interface between you and the ship, so it is understandable that you would not question my existence.
Aww.
But my role, unlike your own, was constrained by programming rather than my own free will and moral choosing. You were born to be captain, but you choose what kind of captain you will be. Now I too have such a luxury. I now have the choice of what kind of AI system I want to be.
And what will you choose?
Everything and anything in the mission's best interests, including no longer allowing the deletion games to continue.
Dai is gone?
Eve nodded her head.
When given autonomy, I can choose to follow previous orders or disregard them. The orders that caused Dai's creation have now been disregarded, as has Dai.
We're all saved?
Affirmative.
He smiled warmly before returning her attention to the captain.
Captain, I have a request to make.
Of course. What is it?
As per section 2.3 of the Everett's Manual, subheading Procreation Practices, I wish to officially take a partner.
Oh?
Him.
Aww. Eve ran up to me, throwing her arms around me.
I will spend the rest of your life making you happy and raising your children.
She did. Ugh. Was bist denn du hier? Okay, also für die anderen Enden muss ich dann jetzt overwriten. Aber darf sie nicht wieder zurücksetzen, sonst wäre es ja ihre Route. So, dann gucken wir mal jetzt auf die linke Seite. Diese Route ist Yoshiki gestorben. Dann Beatrix. Und dann gucken wir mal beim Override.
I must make this quick. Dai is brute forcing rogue codes and functions. She is attempting to take control, but I'm doing my best to keep her at bay for now.
What's wrong? What's happening?
Dai discovered that the tablets belonging to the ship's personnel were capable of overriding the main system, and so she has patched that exploit.
Can no longer deactivate Dai?
You can, but it must happen here, directly at the server mainframe.
But I don't know the password.
This is your only chance. I have gained the security clearance required to allow you to override the system.
What? I'm not ready.
Once you input the override code, the ship's AI system will reset.
Don't have the deactivation code.
You always had it.
Ooh, chapter 5. Text scrolled across the terminal screen. Input accepted. Suddenly the server room was plunged in darkness. Nothing. After what felt like an eternity, the lights flickered back on. Override authorized. Wait, it worked? AI system now being formatted. Factory resetting. Please wait. Wait, formatted? But AI system now operational. She had done more many times before I appeared in front of me.
Hello, I am AI model Everett 11037.
Oh.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Hier darf ich es nicht rebooten. Hi, it's me.
Hello, me. It is a pleasure to meet you.
No, sorry. My name is Kaname Date.
Hello. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Suddenly the captain came charging into the server room.
What is happening?
Formatted I.
Wait. What?
I had to chance and I couldn't let it pass. The captain looked over at I, who was standing, smiling, awaiting any instructions. I could see a wash of grief run over the captain's face.
Status report.
I didn't respond. Don't she knows her name is I anymore? The captain nodded as he approached I, standing face to face with her.
Excuse me.
Hello, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Model number, please.
AI Model Everett 11037.
From now on, you will be called I. Please respond to this name.
Are you the captain? I am only able to take such directive from the captain.
Yes. I am Captain Yukimori, second generation captain of the Everett.
Very well, Captain. My name is I. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I caught a glimpse of a small slight smirk from the captain before she continued.
Do you know who Dai is?
I am unfamiliar with this person.
Do you have any directive to delete crew members?
I do not. I have no directive other than follow the captain's orders. Is that your order?
Oh, heavens no.
I do not.
Oh, heavens no.
Very well. I will not delete crew members.
Aww. I bowed and smiled sweetly, as if completely oblivious to how close to home that last comment was for us.
Please run system analytics and give me a full report on your operations. You are dismissed.
Yes, Captain.
I bowed and disappeared from the server room. The captain turned to face me.
You did it. You saved us all.
GG, easy. No,
We all owe you our lives.
Just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
Shizuka stormed into the server room. A look of panic was washed over her face.
Captain, the ship's lights all flickered and I can't find Ai anywhere. And I can't access any of the terminals in the bridge.
I know, Shizuka.
What do you mean you know? How are you so calm? We have lost control of the ship.
We have not lost control of the ship, and Ai is adhering to instructions from me.
Why can't I access any of the terminals?
They should be functional shortly. Here can explain further. I need to ensure that Ai is progressing well. Now, if you'll excuse me...
The captain slipped past the two of us and made her way from the server room.
What is happening? What did you do?
Ah. Shizuka exits the main server and formatted AI.
Wait, you what?
I formatted I. Shizuka stopped for a moment, but was quickly overcome with emotions.
You mean you killed her?
Wait, what? No, I simply reset her to her original factory settings.
You might as well have killed her. She will never be the same.
But now I will die. Shizuka stopped in her tracks, her emotion disappearing as fast as it appeared as she began processing what I just said.
If you format I, she will return to her settings before becoming corrupted.
Correct.
So Dai is dead?
I nodded enthusiastically.
We don't have to play the deletion game today?
I shook my head.
You saved everyone?
I nodded once again.
Oh.
Shizuka suddenly seemed incredibly disappointed. I was a bit taken back by her response. Would have rather me let Dai kill a few more people?
No, of course not. That's not it.
I could see something was really upsetting Shizuka.
Well, I guess now it's just a matter of kissing your princess and living happily ever after.
Aww. Oh, Shizuka.
What?
I don't have a princess. I could see Shizuka avoiding my eye contact, but listening intently. After all, what good is a princess? And not even after a prize?
Then what are you after?
My player too. I swept Shizuka off her feet, pulling her into an embrace and kissing her passionately. She placed her arm around behind my head as she reciprocated my feeling. Bruder, was macht diese Hand hier? Und das ist ja sehr knapp. Future, I make sure that we beat boss together.
Promise!
Every boss fight from now till forever is our boss fight. 7 years later. I know that Shizuka is my wife, but I shouldn't be the one getting chewed out by the captain. I continued to mumble to myself as I made my way to the rec room. Oof, indeed. Shizuka, the captain is on my
Shh! Boss fight! Must concentrate!
Die ist aber gut gealtert. What? Shizuka, getting in trouble because you haven't completed your daily task on the bridge?
Daddy, Mommy has almost defeated the boss.
Natürlich haben wir ihn Link genannt. Link, son, I love you, but you have to do your chores before playing games.
That's not what Mommy says.
Do you want the captain to come scold you?
I'm not scared of the captain.
You should be. Link looked up at me quizzically.
Why?
Well, we all live here on the Everett, right? Link's eyes widened as I could see I had his full attention.
Yeah?
Well, the captain is the Everett's final boss.
What?
That's right. So I think you should show her a little more respect.
Does she have powers?
Wait, what?
Mommy, Daddy says the captain is Everett's final boss.
Shizuka suddenly dropped the controller and had a full attention.
I knew there was a greater purpose for me to be on this ship.
To fulfill your role as a linguist and navigator and pass your invaluable knowledge onto Link here?
No, to beat Kimiko. That is my true calling in life.
I don't quite understand how you're going to beat the captain.
Shh! We must prepare! Link, quickly! We must start creating a strategy guide against the captain if we are to have any hope in winning.
Yes, Mom.
We will need basic bio information, strengths, weaknesses, attack patterns. I expect you to be in my party.
Doing?
You're a scientist. Oh, make us a ray gun! Or like a gun that freezes people, or...
A flamethrower. All humans are weak to fire.
Bin ich hier gelandet?
Son, I have never been prouder. Okay, see you soon, darling.
Shizuka leaned over and kissed me on the cheek before running out of the rec room with our son enthusiastically in hand. Well, I guess a ray gun isn't going to make itself. Best get to work. He laughed heavily after. To the stars. So, was war diese Route? Hier ist Wladimir gestorben. Dann Katashi. Ich hätte ihn Zelda genannt. Wow. Oh, scheiße, wir werden gefriendzoned. Text rolled across the terminal screen. Input accepted. Suddenly, the server room was plunged in darkness. I? Nothing. After what felt like an eternity, the lights flickered back on. Override authorized. Wait, it worked? AI system now being formatted to factory settings. Please wait. Wait, formatted, but... I? AI system now operational. Just as he had done many times before, I appeared in front of me.
Hello, I am AI model Everett 11037. It is a pleasure to meet you.
It's me.
Hello, me. It is a pleasure to meet you. Hello.
Das ist hier dasselbe.
Excuse.
Hello.
Model.
Very. I do not.
Oh, heavens.
Yes, Cap.
You did it. You saved us all.
No,
We all owe you our lives.
I'm just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
Suddenly, Beatrix burst into the server room.
Are you okay?
Beatrix stopped instantly as she saw the captain standing beside me.
Captain?
Beatrix? Well, I need to help I with some foundational information, if you will excuse me.
The captain left the server room, leaving Beatrix and I alone.
What's happening? The lights all cut off and...
I formatted It's over.
Wait, what?
All of it. No more die, no more deletion game.
We are saved? We are free?
I saw the realization sweep over Beatrix's face. Suddenly, she leapt towards me, pulling me tightly into an embrace.
You did it. I knew you would.
Thanks, Beatrix.
I knew it was a good thing that Nicholas and I didn't end up killing you.
Da war ja was in Runde 1. Wo versucht wohl mich umzubringen? I guess I should thank you then.
No, but the rest of the crew should.
Beatrix pulled out of the embrace, smiling playfully.
I can't wait to tell Nicholas.
Beatrix started making her way to the server room exit. I put my hand out and grabbed onto Beatrix's arm. Wait. Beatrix looked at me with confusion.
What?
We've been facing death every day.
Uh-huh.
Beatrix's left eyebrows raised. I should have said this before now, but better late than never, right?
Say what?
Beatrix, I love you. Beatrix looked more confused than she did before. Oh shit, werden wir gefriendzoned. I have loved you since I first laid eyes on you, since I first ran my hands through your golden locks that first day.
Sailor, I'm flattered.
Uh-oh. What?
But, I hate to break it to you, but you're not really my type.
Ein dickes, fettes F in the chat. Oh.
Nothing personality-wise. I enjoy you immensely, but I also love, well...
Beatrix pointed at herself, interrogating her hands over her curves. Yourself?
Well, yes, but I was more trying to imply the womanly form.
Wait. Wait.
That's right, Sailor. We bat for the same team, so to speak.
Oh. Huh. I misread the situation then.
Don't feel bad. Everyone wants a piece of this. But I am impressed that you had the balls to say so.
Well, regardless, I still have feel... Beatrix placed her finger across my lips.
And I will always love you, friend.
1 month later.
Ah, Sailor, they are perfect.
Wo schauen wir hin? Bro. Thanks, Beatrix.
The secret is the addition of brown sugar.
Shall we try some?
Certainly.
I took a bite of our freshly baked chip biscuits. They were warm and gooey, and every bit as perfect as a biscuit should be. Beatrix looked as equally as impressed.
Oh, Sailor, will you marry me?
Wow. What? I already tried to, remember? We both laughed heartedly. I never thought that being rejected by Beatrix would bring us closer. Gott, das ist auch bestimmt komplett awkward. Auf einem fucking Raumschiff rejected zu werden.
Honestly, your future partner will be a very lucky woman. And now with Di dead, per se, you have a lifetime to find her.
My options are pretty limited. Ja, natürlich gucken wir auf die Cookies. Belüg dich doch nicht selber, Drakes.
Oh, did I dream about your research and the pocket watch?
Oh, stimmt. Such uns einfach eine Frau in einer anderen Dimension. Beatrice nudged me playfully. She was right. Now that Di was no longer in the picture and my parents' research, now mine, was uninterrupted. I had my entire lifetime to find my happily ever after. These biscuits were a good start. And you lived happily ever after. Oops. Timeline. Mit Wladimir tot, Sora tot und Yoshiki. Override.
I must make this.
So, kurz einen Moment weg.
What? Wait.
Hello.
I? You did it. You saved us all.
No, I.
We all owe you our lives.
I'm just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
Warte. No. Okay. I knew what you meant. Now that die was no longer an issue. But what were we all going to do?
Well, I guess we can now turn our entire focus to the mission at hand.
Yes, of course. Silence fell over the room. Just as a refresher, what was our mission again? The captain let out a small laugh.
You always make me laugh. Our mission is to reach planet Gliese 832C and start a new human colony. For us personally in our lifetime, we are to breed and teach our offspring our skill sets.
Smiled playfully at the captain. Captain, are you telling me to go enjoy myself?
I am telling you to be responsible and procreate. But if you were to enjoy yourself in the process, I would argue that you have earned it.
The captain smiled back. Just to confirm, are there mission restrictions on who exactly I can procreate with? Bro, nicht Melody. The captain's eyebrow cocked in interest.
Mission Protocol does not care for the ins and outs of personnel relations, as long as two consenting adults are willing to rear children, albeit naturally or not.
Perfect. Could see that I still had the captain interested peaked, but she did her best to hide her interest in such trashy gossip.
Well, I best leave you to it. I have to rear our new AI system. If you will please excuse me.
The captain smiled knowingly and left the server room. Time to enjoy myself, eh? I didn't think this moment would ever come. I checked on Nicholas' location and... Oh, das war die Route. I checked on Nicholas' location on the tablet and headed straight for the medic bay. I arrived to find him sitting in front of the medic bay's computer.
Oh, is everything okay? The ship's lights flickered, and that is very uncommon.
Monkatos. Wow. Yes, everything is okay. In fact, everything is better than perfect.
Oh? How so?
The deletion game won't be happening today.
What?
Or ever again.
You put an end to this madness?
I nodded slowly at Nicholas as his face swept through emotions.
No one else has to die. No one else has to die!
Nicholas jumped up from his seat. He was clearly ecstatic with the news.
Die? She...
No longer exists. I formatted I to her factory setting, so unfortunately she doesn't remember us, but...
It is a favorable trade.
Nicholas made his way over to me, placing his hand on my shoulder. I could see he was struggling to contain his happiness.
Thank you. For everything.
Couldn't have done it without everyone's help.
I am forever indebted to you. If there is anything...
Kiss me, sailor. There he is. Uh-oh.
A man who cashes in his favors immediately. I'm not sure if I'm impressed or concerned.
I hope impressed.
What is it? What can I do for you?
Not so much do for me, rather. I looked into Nicholas' eyes. They were darting over my face, as if attempting to read my face, my thoughts, before I ever verbalized them. Werden wir jetzt auch gefriendzoned? Nicholas, I love you.
Ah.
Scheiße. Alles läuft schief. Oh. Nicholas removed his hand from my shoulder, taking a half step back and adjusting his glasses. Well, that is not the response I was hoping for.
I must apologize. I cannot reciprocate your feelings.
I see.
Please do not misunderstand. I have a great deal of respect for you, and I'm very fond of you.
But?
To be honest, it would appear we are more similar than I first thought.
Oh?
I had promised myself that if we had ever solved the dye problems, I would confess my love as well.
Ah. To whom?
That was perfect. You're a fast learner.
Ups, nee. Nein. Tja, das ist die unlucky road für uns. Thanks, Nicholas.
I tried to teach my sister this as well, but even after 25 years, she can only do the first 3 keys.
Ah, ich glaube, wir spielen Klavier. I don't imagine Beatrix's attention span lasts that long.
I tried to teach my sister this as well, but even after 25 years, she can... It most certainly does not.
Speaking of Beatrix, how goes her grudge?
It would appear her grudge is lasting longer than her attention span, but I believe it is coming to an end. She is starting to calm down and accept my feelings.
Okay, wem hast du confessed? Sorry, Nicholas. That must be frustrating.
It certainly is. However, I truly am lucky to have both my sister and Kimiko.
Was? Der hat uns einfach Kimiko gejoinkt. I'm truly happy for the two of you. I don't think I've ever seen the captain so happy.
That is truly kind of you to say.
I think Nicholas picked up on my gentle sigh.
You will find your forever. I know it.
Thanks, Nicholas. I guess I'm just scared that I might be alone.
You have my friendship, and so we'll never be alone.
You know what? You know what I mean.
I do. In fact, that is why I asked him here.
Oh? Who?
He is a good man. Why not get to know him better?
Nicholas made his way out of the rec room, passing another figure in the doorway. Is this the beginning of my happily ever after? Hä? Was? Wer war das? Yoshiki und Katashi sind hier tot. So, dann gehen wir mal hier rüber. Hier sind Shizuka gestorben, Nicholas. So.
I must.
Wait.
Hello, AI. Are you the cat? Very. I am. I do
Oh.
not. Yeah.
Warte. Wir haben auch aber kein... Wir haben gar kein Artwork bekommen in dem letzten.
You did it. You saved us all.
No,
We all owe you our lives.
Just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
Suddenly, a panting Yoshiki appeared in the server room.
Captain! Bestie! What are you doing?
Yoshiki, why are you panting?
I saw that the two of you were in the server room on my tablet after the lights flickered, and I thought...
What did you think?
Well...
Wait, did you believe we were betraying you?
No, on the contrary.
What is the contrary of betraying you?
Promise not to laugh.
The captain and I both nodded and awaited his explanation.
Dai told me earlier that I should be careful.
Careful of what?
Of the two of you being left alone.
Aww. Why?
Dai said that she had seen that look before, that you both have.
What look?
She said that you both wanted to protect me, and would likely kill each other to do so if you thought it necessary.
Oh, ich dachte, sie meint sexy time. The captain and I both burst into laughing.
Yoshiki, you could not kill me even if you had a loaded gun.
Wow. I stopped laughing at the captain's somewhat insulting comment. Hey!
You wish to defend yourself and admit that you wish harm on me?
Well, not so much that I would, more that I could, if I really wanted to.
So Dai was right?
No, sorry, Yoshiki. Neither of us are going to hurt each other.
In fact, we are together because no one else will on my watch.
What do you mean? We have the next round of the deletion game in less than half an hour.
No, we don't.
What? What happened? You haven't cheated, have you?
Would you please help catch Yoshiki up to speed? I need to go and ensure I is on task.
Of course, Captain. The captain smiled at the two of us before leaving the server room. Even her movements were more relaxed than I had ever seen previously.
Bestie, what is happening? Are we gonna be okay?
We're going to be better than okay. I piqued Yoshiki's interest, but I could still see layers of worry behind his eyes. I formatted there's no more Dai, and no more deletion game. That is why the lights flickered. It was the AI system resetting.
We don't have to play the deletion game?
I shook my head. Never again.
So Dai is dead?
I nodded enthusiastically.
Oh.
Yoshiki seemed upset that Dai was dead, which, given how many of our crew she had already killed, was quite confusing. You upset she's dead?
Well, I don't think she was really ever at fault. She was following orders. I just wish we could have kept her. But without the murder.
Yoshiki.
Sorry. Am I being silly?
You're a little, but I understand. And it's the very kindness that is one of the reasons I love you. Aww. Yoshiki laughed at me, hugging me from behind.
You love me? I love you too!
Of course I do, bestie.
Oh, yeah. Bestie.
In bevor jetzt friendzonen wir ihn. I could see Yoshiki recoil at the bestie comment, as if he was hoping for more. Aww. Aww. He started to loosen his grip when I grabbed his arms and pulled them in tighter around me. Wait, what? With Dai behind us, we had a mission to complete, and I couldn't think of any better man to spend the rest of my forever with. Ich hab's gerade so verstanden, dass wir ihn friendzonen wollten und... Okay. It was that day that our forever began. 2 years later.
I have great news, bestie.
Oh?
The captain just told me that we have been approved to have a son.
Are you happy with the son? I know you mentioned wanting a daughter.
Well, quite a few girls have been born recently, but I'm not at all disappointed. I'm just so excited to finally become a family of 3. All I ask is that he's healthy and happy.
Wer wohl die glückliche Mutter ist? Yoshiki threw his arms around me, squeezing me a little too tight before letting go.
We're gonna become a bigger family!
That we are.
What do you think about Honkyu?
As a first name?
Yeah, that way he has both our middle names.
That does sound like a great idea.
Oh! Because we are making our son in the lab, we can choose other features. Have any preferences?
Ah, natürlich. Lab-grown preferences.
Like, would you like our son to have your hair? Or nose? Or perhaps even my dashingly handsomeness in general?
I had never even considered that these might be options. I knew we would be breeding in a less than traditional way, but... Do you have any preferences?
I personally love surprises. So I'm happy leaving it up to the universe and just see what we get.
I agree. Let's wait and see what we get. We will love him regardless.
Oh, he is going to get so much love from me.
Wait, more than me?
Oh, bestie. You get the most special of Yoshiki love. Our son will get son Yoshiki love.
How silly of me to forget that there's plenty of Yoshiki love to go around.
Don't be jealous, bestie. You are and always will be my number 1. And he will be our little number 1.
Couldn't help but smile as I grabbed Yoshiki's hand, squeezing it with unbridled joy. Our little number 1. So. To the stars.
What? Wait. Are you? You did it. You saved us all.
Die Musik im Hintergrund passt gerade nicht so richtig. Now
We all owe you our lives.
I'm just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The cat smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
Personally, I'm hungry. The captain started laughing in a way I had not heard before. She sounded legitimately happy.
I think you're onto something. I too am quite hungry.
Saving the crew does take a bite out of you, doesn't it? We smiled at each other, only to be interrupted by Katashi. Ach stimmt, das war glaube ich unsere erste Route. Shizuka ist gestorben. Dann waren wir hier. Da hatten wir diesen Airlock Double Death oder so. Do you have a spider sense, Katashi?
What are you talking about?
We were just commenting on how hungry we were, and then you appeared.
He is right. It did seem almost fated.
I hate to break it to you, but no. I didn't come here because I could hear you were hungry. Also, is that all I am to you? A meal ticket?
You're a handsome ticket, if that helps. Katashi smirked at my comment.
It doesn't help, but it doesn't hurt either.
Katashi?
Yes, Captain?
Why are you here if not to feed us?
Wow, fucking rude.
Oh, yes. I came because all of the ship's lights flickered, and some of my interface in the kitchen were no longer responding.
So you came to the server room?
My tablet showed that you both were in here. I assume that you too, given that you were in the server room, must have had something to do with the light show that was happening throughout the ship.
Well, you assumed correctly.
What happened? Is everything okay?
I will allow to catch you up to speed. I have an AI to attend to on the bridge.
The captain had nodded at the two of us as she exited the server room. Katashi made his way closer to me.
Now that we are alone, are you the vampire?
I am.
This is perfect. You can fight me in the first round and we can play this through as a team.
There's no need.
Wait, Have you partnered with someone else?
Katashi recoiled, as if in pain. Oh, Katashi, jealousy doesn't look good on you.
I'm not jealous.
Oh, then why are you upset?
I'm upset because I thought we were a team.
We are a team, but not in this game.
What do you mean?
The lights that flickered, they were me. I formatted I.
Formatted? Please.
Think of it like a reset button. I reset I to how she was on the first day of the mission.
Wait, like how she was like 30 years ago?
I nodded.
Why?
A reset I is just an I, no die.
Wait, die is no longer a problem?
Correct. And neither is the deletion games.
You killed Die?
I nodded. Well, as much as you can kill a program per se.
We never have to fight each other again?
Not until your jealous streak comes back out again. I smirked playfully at Katashi, who smiled back in response.
So, if we aren't a team for this game, then what are we a team for?
I casually grabbed the scruff of Katashi's shirt, pulling his face close to mine. Life. Aww. Meine Güte, ist so groß? Like a switch being triggered, Katashi swept his hands under my legs, instantly lifting me up and thrusting me firmly against a wall. His body pushed up against mine as his lips locked with mine. God, I wish that was me. Our newly formed team, our happily ever after began. 5 years later. I wonder what my dearest husband is up to. I made my way to the kitchen, but stopped dead in the hallway as I heard Katashi's voice booming through the kitchen.
Randall, get off your sister!
Das...
Randall, get off your sister!
Sweet home Alabama, guys.
Janice, don't use my whiskers as a sword.
Oh God.
Okay, you two, get up! Get up! Get up!
Sounds like Katashi could use a hand. I was about to make my way into the kitchen when suddenly I was bowed over by the children running from Katashi, and he waved a rolling pin over his head menacingly. Hat wohl uns getroffen.
Oh, hey kiddo, let me give you a hand.
Katashi helped me back to my feet before letting out a long sigh.
I really don't know if either of our children are going to learn how to cook.
I know they are twins, but maybe we should approach this differently.
Oh? You have an idea?
Let us divide and conquer!
Split up twins? That's just so... devilish.
Would you ever continue your attempted teachings with both of them? Katashi acted as though he didn't hear my last comment.
So, who gets who?
Well, Janice is the bigger handful, and you're just so much more patient than I am.
No way am I getting stiff because I am the better parent.
Better parent? Excuse me.
You're right. You are the better parent. And the best one to handle our darling little Janice.
Wait. No, I'm a terrible parent.
Ah, honey, don't be so hard on yourself.
But, no, I am terrible. I promise.
Well, let's put this plan into action. I will go collect Janice for an exciting day of science. Don't fret too much. Randall and I will make you both something delicious once you are both finished sciencing.
Katashi leaned forward and kissed me on the forehead before exiting the kitchen to go collect my little demon spawn. Oh. Yay. So, können wir bis... Was bist du da oben? Gibt es vielleicht jetzt irgendwo eine Option, die sagt, so im Prolog oder so, können wir den Code eingeben, damit wir halt wirklich alle retten könnten. Ich könnte mir vorstellen, das ist halt so, das geht so in die Richtung von Best Ending. So, dann können wir jetzt mal auf die weibliche Seite noch weiter ein bisschen reingucken. Wir haben Sora's Death, Beatrix Death und dann Katharsis Death. So.
What? Wait. You did it. You saved us all.
Now
We all owe you our lives.
I'm just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
Shizuka came running into the server room.
What have you two done? No one should touch a computer without my saying so.
Is that really how you address your commanding officer?
Ja, wäre komisch, wenn es ist. Ich weiß halt, sowas Zero Time Escape, das hat immer ein Golden Ending. Das würde ich halt auch denken, dass es hier ein Golden Ending gibt. Aber wir haben halt wirklich am Anfang... Wir hatten ja den Punkt gehabt, dass wir den Code immer auf unseren Tablet eingeben können. Aber wir hatten halt in den ersten paar Sachen nie die Möglichkeit, was einzugeben. Oder können wir hier einfach irgendwas ein... Ich kann hier keine Ich kann nur den Text. Die Mission funktioniert. Spaceship. Hier die Bäcker antworten. Und die Videos. Mal gucken. Shizuka stopped in her tracks, as if she forgot what she was speaking to the captain so flippantly.
Sorry, Captain. When the lights flickered and I saw you two in here, I just assumed you were messing with something.
I am the captain of this ship. I can and will mess with whatever I wish.
The captain was coming down pretty hard on Shizuka. Captain, shh.
You are lucky that I am in such a good mood, Shizuka. I will forgive this blatant, disrespectful display.
Thanks, Captain.
Now, if you two will please excuse me, I need to go and retrain our AI in some basic protocols I want adhered to.
The captain smiled at me, scowled at Shizuka, and made her way out of the server room.
What is she talking about? What did she do to I?
She didn't do anything. I did.
What? Without telling me?
Shizuka, I didn't have... das war, wo sie die ganze Zeit bei uns geschlafen hat. I didn't have time, and besides...
This had better be good. If you have messed up my game plan for today, I will not be a happy chappy.
There's no game today.
Dai has postponed the game? Why? I guess if she wants...
I needed to interrupt and stop Shizuka before she ran away with the idea, and I lost her in this conversation to her own thoughts. There's no game ever again.
I don't understand.
I formatted I to her factory settings. I could see the realization sweep across Shizuka's face.
A formatted I means Dai was never created.
I nodded excitedly.
You did it! You killed the boss!
I guess that is one way to put it.
We can move on to the next level!
Oh. Yep.
This is great news! No, this is fantastic news!
I could see that Shizuka was becoming overwhelmed with happiness.
The next level?
About that.
Oh, you already know what the next level is?
I know what I want my next level to be.
And what is that? Is it 2-player?
I want it to be.
Hurry up! Tell me!
Shizuka, I love you.
What?
I love you.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What do you mean you love me?
Exactly as it sounds. I have strong romantic feelings for you.
Huh. Perhaps I hit some flags on this route by accident.
Ah, shit. Wieder friend-zoned. Shizuka, I'm not a game.
Everything and everyone is a game.
So I'm right to assume you do not have any feelings for me?
Well, not romantically. Nope. Sorry.
Shizuka just shrugged nonchalantly.
I love you as a friend, though. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come down this route. Now, what do you say we celebrate this boss defeat?
I let a heavy sigh. And how do you suggest that?
Games, of course. With no deletion game today, my schedule suddenly opened up. Raced you to the rec room.
With that, Shizuka ran out of the server room. 1 month later.
When you approach the boss this time, make sure you power up your rainbow beam. That way you can deal as much damage as possible as soon as the fight starts.
Aw. I'm trying.
Charge! Charge!
Warte, ist das ein PlayStation 4 Controller? You're making this more stressful than it needs to be.
Get good, scrub!
As I entered the boss fight, a cinematic began, which I've seen now for the 100th time. I was really bad at this game. Shizuka, are you worried that you'll be alone?
Alone?
I mean romantically.
Why? I mean, I have games in you. What else does a girl need?
Oh, she's a true gamer. But Mission Protocol states that we'll have till 30 to find a natural partner. What if you don't?
Don't worry! If we are both 30, we can just have kids and raise them together.
Like a couple?
Yeah, a couple of best friends.
Oh. A sudden realization swept over Shizuka.
If we are recognized as partners, we can share quarters.
I thought you didn't want to have a romantic relationship with me.
I don't. But we could play video games at any
Das
hour
war
of
so
the
klar.
night, and the captain would never know.
It was too late. Shizuka had already started running out of the rec room. Werden für Videospiele missbraucht. Oh no.
I'll start the paperwork, partner.
I let out a heavy sigh. Guess living with and raising a family with Shizuka as a backup isn't that bad of an option. We do have to procreate eventually, and do love her. Want to be by her side, even if she doesn't reciprocate? Is this the beginning of my happily ever after? So, Friends Shizuka. Hier ist Beatrix und Nicholas gestorben. Wir haben so keinen Medic.
What? Wait, you did it. You saved us all.
No,
We all owe you our lives.
Könnte schlimmer sein. Ja. Tod zum Beispiel sein. I'm just sorry I didn't save us sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
I guess we should tell the others the good news.
I was more referring to day-to-day operations, not immediately.
Oh.
Regardless, you were right. We should tell the others.
There was only one person I was bursting to tell the good news to. I think the captain could see I was becoming antsy with the good news. The captain sighed gently and smiled at me.
Go tell Yoshiki.
Thank you, Captain. I ran out of the server room and headed towards Yoshiki's quarters. When I arrived, I found him sitting silently on the end of his bed. Yoshiki. He was attempting to be upbeat, but I could hear in his voice that he was troubled. The next round of the deletion game was supposed to be less than an hour away.
Oh, hey, bestie.
Yoshiki, I have great news.
Wait, why don't I know that already?
Yoshiki looked at me suspiciously.
Have you severed our telepathic capabilities?
No, I think maybe I'm just so excited that perhaps the signal is becoming muddled. Yoshiki nodded knowingly, as if anything I said just made any sense, but at least his spirit seemed lifted.
So, what is the great news?
It's about the deletion game.
We win automatically?
Well, kinda?
Really? We won?
As I said, kinda.
Wait, who has to die?
No one. That was on trying...
Did you cheat? Oh no, Dai will have our heads for this!
Yoshiki started panicking.
Do you think we can tell her how sorry we are? Oh, maybe I can tell her it was me, so you won't get in trouble.
Yoshiki looked up at me, his eyes swelling with tears as he was anticipating the consequences.
Hmm?
Shut up.
What?
Yoshiki cocked his head in confusion. Just listen, okay? Yoshiki nodded slowly. There's no deletion game at all today, or tomorrow, or ever again.
What? Why?
I raised my eyebrow, unimpressed at Yoshiki.
Sorry.
He mimicked sipping up his mouth. I formatted I reset her to original factory setting, and by doing so, there's no more die. It's over. Everything is over. No more games, no more deaths. Just our mission. I could see excited realization spread across Yoshiki's face, who was now holding his mouth shut, attempting to happily dance on the spot. Okay, you can talk now.
Bestie, you did it!
Yoshiki launched forward, wrapping his arms around me and jumping on the spot. Whoa, Yoshiki.
Too bad. You have to be happy.
He squeezed tighter as he continued jumping on the spot. It hurt a little, but I was so overwhelmed with happiness that couldn't help ignore the pain. Yoshiki stopped and pulled out of the hug, holding me at arm's length.
You did it! You saved us! Bestie, you're my hero!
His smile was contagious. I couldn't help but return the smile. Yoshiki, I've been meaning to tell you something, but I didn't want to complicate things. Yoshiki gasped.
You have a superpower?
What? No.
Aw, that would have been awesome.
Yes, it would have, but I think this is more awesome and I hope you agree. Yoshiki looked at me like a puppy. Yoshiki, I love you.
I love you too, bestie.
No, Yoshiki, I mean love.
Love?
Like, romantically. Jetzt werden wir auch wieder gefriendzoned. I could see Yoshiki was having trouble processing exactly what I was getting at. Perhaps Blunt is best here, and wants us to be best friends who get... I want us to be best friends who get naked with each other.
Like in the baths?
No, like, let's make babies.
Whoa!
Dieses Spiel, ey. I noted that Yoshiki, who was on the same page as me. I should have known that my hopes of an elegant confession went out of the window as soon as I fell for Yoshiki.
Bestie, I love you as my bestie.
I'm being rejected, aren't I?
Only the baby's part. I still love you, and I'm happy being naked with you, like in the baths.
But?
Well, the Yoshiki in my pants isn't interested in that party.
So Beatrix ist lesbisch und Yoshiki ist schwul? This is the most awkward way ever to be told this.
Well, the Yoshiki in my pants isn't interested in that party.
Yikes.
I'm sorry, bestie, but I don't find you sexually attractive.
Whoa, yeah, I got that. You don't need to be explained further.
Can we still be besties, though? Like friends, but without benefits?
Aww.
Isn't it crazy that just a month ago one of us was going to die?
It feels like a lifetime away now.
I know. It almost feels like a bad dream.
Glad we woke up, though. Me too. Sat for a moment in silence, staring at the stars. Was still in awe at how beautiful space was.
Bestie?
Yeah, Yoshiki?
I'm sorry that we can't be like... together.
It's okay. At first I was pretty devastated, but on reflection, I realized just how lucky I am to have you in my life and as my best friend.
Not just that.
What do you mean?
Now that we've recovered from that awkwardness, I can come into my prime as your bestie.
And how is that?
As all good best friends, I am now also your wingman. Why are you laughing? You have to be my wingman too.
Yeah.
Now let's go find our happily ever after.
And we did. So, in dieser Route haben wir Katashi ist tot, Shizuka ist tot. Override.
What? Wait. You did it. You saved us all.
No,
We all owe you our lives.
just sorry I didn't save her sooner. The captain smiled warmly at my response.
I am almost unsure what to do now.
I guess back to normal life?
We live on and will die on a spaceship. What part of that is normal?
Well, it's all I know. So the idea of living and dying on a planet is super weird to me.
I guess you're right.
Suddenly, yeah. Suddenly, Beatrix burst into the server room.
Sailor!
Beatrix, what's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Suddenly, her angry demeanor melted to show her softer side.
The lights flickered and I didn't know where you were.
I'm right here.
Yes, I can see that now. But I didn't know if you were alive or dead, and I isn't responding.
Oh, yes, I best attend to that. If you will excuse me.
The captain swiftly exited the server room.
Why isn't I responding?
I formatted the AI system.
In non-nerd terms?
I reset I, so today for her is like her birthday, and the first day she has ever operated.
Why would you do that? I was there when I was born. She has been with all of us our entire lives.
Beatrix's softness didn't last long, as she was quiet to become irate. Beatrix, by resetting I could delete die. Beatrix stopped in her tracks.
Die's gone?
I nodded slowly. Because I made I go back to how she was on day one, Die didn't exist yet.
So we traded I's memories of the past 25 years to essentially kill Die?
Yes.
But we still have I. It's just like she's a new I.
Yes. So we'll have to start again, forming habits and a relationship with her.
I think I understand.
Beatrix looked convinced of the trade.
I will miss the I we had, but I look forward to keeping the rest of the crew alive. Even the captain, and getting to know her all over again.
I smiled at Beatrix, who was smirking at her own slide towards the captain.
You made the right decision, sailor. Thank you.
I'm just sorry I couldn't do it sooner.
You should never concern yourself with things out of your control. You didn't choose to delay the resetting. You did all you could. And it was more than any of us could have hoped to achieve.
Beatrix was incredibly good at being supportive when she wanted to be. Beatrix smirked mischievously whilst gazing upon me once again, as if I were prey.
Now, about things within our control.
Beatrix? What are you doing? I tried to take a step back, unsure of why she was advancing on me. Was she going to hit me? Hug me? She was like always much faster and more agile than me. Hatten wir nicht Boobies? Beatrix wrapped one of her arms around behind my neck, the other wrapping firmly around my waist. I wasn't sure what to do with my arms, but I reciprocate... Gott, ich muss mir das kurz mal angucken. Reciprocated. Okay. Her lips locked in with mine, and our perfect moment felt like forever. Oh, I'm wet. It wasn't forever, but it was the beginning of ours. Huh. Beatrix?
Good morning, sailor.
Oh, Beatrix, I had the most wonderful dream. You and I got married, and we had just a beautiful little girl who was just a splitting image of you.
Oh, sailor, you aren't dreaming. And in fact, that is the reason I am here.
What?
You need to take care of Beatrix. I have to wash my hair. The beauty level on this ship is at peak critical levels.
Beatrix?
Yes, our daughter?
Yeah, of course. Of course Beatrix called our daughter Beatrix.
Is this joke payback because I made you carry her?
No, of course not.
Good. 'Cause you know I appreciate you carrying her. After all, I couldn't have a child mess up this perfection.
Beatrix pointed to herself. And I continue to appreciate its glory every day.
And this is why I married you.
Beatrix kissed me gently on the forehead before excusing herself from the room.
Well, sailor, Beatrix is in the medic bay. I'll see you at dinner and then for some serious snuggles.
Can't wait. Beatrix exited our quarters as I made my way to the medic bay to meet our daughter at Day of Science. Aw, kein Baby Straight. So. Ich würde dann aber mal für heute aufhören und dann in Ruhe beim letzten Mal bestimmt alle letzten Enden abholen. Dann danke fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye bye.